Hello Taurus, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel and also to my Facebook page and Instagram page if you put a hold of some of these videos on Instagram. So anyway, I just want to say thank you for those of you who have subscribed, liked and followed either one of my platforms that these videos are on or any other videos as well. Also, I just want to say invite those of you who haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel and my other pages, liked or followed. I invite you to do that now. It's just so you can keep up with what's going on if you're interested, and it's just obviously you just click off if you're not with whatever's coming up and where I'm going to be and what I'm doing and that, so what courses and things I'm offering and different services and that. So anyway, so I just want to say a huge thank you and appreciation to those of you who have and will be doing in the future, or will be in the future. So there's a lot of blah blah going on there as well as you can see. It's like sitting here and it's like land sea. It's like whoa. Around me, but I feel like I'm more around you, Taurus. So it's like a bit stoppy-starty, and there's some stuff going on in your head and a bit of blah 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 stuff. But it's like, yeah, Taurus is just saying ground yourself, even though you are an earth sign. They talk about grounding yourself. So anyway, I'm just going to come back and ground myself and go back to my introduction. So thank you. And anyway, there we go. Okay, well, I'm up to the part where I just want to remind everybody that these reads are general reads. So just take what from them, what resonates and leave what doesn't. However, don't fully throw it out if it doesn't, because it could be something that's more of a forecast. Also, I'd suggest that you might want to check out what your other signs might be saying. And because this read is suitable for whether you're watching for Taurus, and Taurus may be in your sun, moon, rising and or Venus sign. So if you don't know what they are, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on there that will work that out for you. Okay, so don't be put off if I think it will talk about your ask for your, it should ask, probably, I can't remember how, it's been a while since I've used it, I must check it out, a birth date. So enter your birth date details, but it and also if you do know what your birth time details are, that's wonderful, enter it in there. But if you don't, it's not a big deal. Okay, cool. So because I don't know, and it's tuned out something for me, and it's like, I totally get it. So it gives you a very good report basically for you. Okay, well, there's a lot of cards coming out, so I feel like maybe I'm only doing 2 rows today. So today we are using my trusty tarot deck, but also the Angels deck today. I was so used to seeing the Angel Oracle deck, the Sacred Earth Oracle deck there. It's like, I need to move it. So there's something moving and shifting to this week. So I've been using that deck for a little while, but there's something moving and shifting. So there's something moving and shifting for you as well. So it's like there's not out of sight, out of mind, but I feel like some of you, it's like you need to put it aside, okay, with whatever that is going on, because there's something here with the Ace of Swords that's come out first. It's like the old order changes. It's like someone, something, somehow, changes. There's something about a new beginning in the way that you're thinking and or do things. It's like, I feel like some of you, there may be that sense of, standing up for yourself and expressing yourself, okay? The other, because it's an ear one, it's about communication. And so maybe you're not communicating yourself as clearly as you would like to communicate, because somebody keeps like firing back at you or firing you down or whatever. And it's like, no, I feel like you've just got to say like, no, put your foot down, and this is what that does not make sense. This makes more sense, or something like that. So it's kind of like you've tried the approach of the approach of, you know, teamwork and, you know, things. But sometimes people don't want to play the game. Sometimes people are like, there are some people that, you know, are, you know, on a, okay, for the lack of a word, on a power trip. Or there's some people, you know, that are just wanting to be more in control of things, but it doesn't make sense with some of their decisions and things like that. So I just kind of feel like there's something that's coming out of you, like you've been there, done that, and like with what and it's not working. You've tried to like go with the flow of it and try and make things work, and, you know, and not so much manipulate, but it's like the energy, you know, and shift the energy and worked on yourself, and you've done a lot of that, and, you know, Spirit is saying, Taurus is saying, but some of you now, it is about like literally, you know, on the ground with the ball, doing the ball thing, basically, you know, and scraping around and getting ready to go, because it's like, but I'm hearing it's like standing your ground, basically, and it's not being stubborn. So, you know, the ball is, you know, obviously known to be stubborn, but it's not about being stubborn. It's about clearing the energy and moving forward with something that you know with deep down, without a doubt, that's, you know, there. But it's like, there's almost like this sense of suppression. I want to say repression, but I don't even know if that's a word, but it's just coming that, like you've been repressed or suppressed and something like that. From, you know, doing it, but you've done it yourself. But I'm saying that there has been some extenuating circumstances, or the, you know, and like there's something that you're wanting to, you know, like work with in creating you know, a workable relationship. So with either a partner, whether it be your spouse partner or a partner in a business, you know, whatever it is in a project, but somebody else, or in a team situation, in some way, and it's like, this isn't actually working. So there's a sense that sometimes we've got to do it, you know, our own way, or you know, a specific way, especially when we know that we're, when we know that we're right, and it's not about going on an ego trip that you know that you're right. It's all wrong, but it's like there's something about, you know, there's things are, you know, are lining up. It's kind of like the better way to go. Excuse me, I've just dropped all these cards as I was like flinging my hands around as I do. But I'm going to keep those ones there, okay, and put it for the last lot, because I was thinking, where am I going with that? But actually, those are there. So, and then that's where that one is. And then we have these three cards here that have fallen out with together with the Eight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. It's like regeneration with the Eight of Cups. It's like something about you working with your emotions and your feelings and things like that, about certain things that have been around you. Now, they're piled up, yes, but they're not piled up in a mess. They're stacked up in like a mountain, like the shape of the mountain. And it's like you've worked, it's like you're walking through the mountain. And it's interesting because I'm seeing like the white bits in the mountain there. They were glowing as I put this card up, and the light has changed in here, but often in that background it's a pinkish color, which has actually come off the coloring off the back of these cards, which I, you know, realized, or just, you know, later. And I thought, where did that come from? And anyway, that's why. So something out of the blue like shifts you into that. So there's some sort of regeneration where you're moving forward, and I'm just like thinking about regeneration, actually. Like it's like there's a regeneration of your energy, basically, is what I'm getting. It's like you're regenerating yourself. Anyway, I feel like I want to like really look that up. Okay, yeah, so there it is. So regeneration, in biology, regeneration, but I'm looking at this, though, looking at this as in a bigger, wider picture, you know, is the process of renewal, restoration and tissue growth that makes genomes and cells, organisms and ecosystems resilient to natural fluctuations or events that cause disturbance or damage. Every species is capable of regeneration from bacteria to humans. So they're talking about, like, so just bringing that to the context of, you know, emotions and feelings. So regeneration. And I felt like I needed to, you know, because some of these are coming from a different way of looking at things that will more click in for you, okay, to like be able to connect the dots. So there's something there that for you, it's like there's you know, some sort of renewal process with this regeneration, okay, there for you. So it's like, damn, cool. And it's like, you know, so I'm going three rows across and 3 down, okay, so for today, so it's this week. Oh, it's got unfounded fears and nightmares. So there's something to do with the Knight of Swords. Nine of Swords. So it's kind of like, well, the Knight of Swords is following, so it's kind of interesting, and I wasn't really going there, but the Nine of Swords is like there's something that is coming to an end. So the 9 for me is about a completion of a cycle. So there is something that's nearly there for you, or you're right on the cusp of it going into 10, which is like you're there and it's the beginning of something new, okay? It's like you finally clinch it, you know, that epiphany's there, and it's like, yeah, I got it now, and I can move forward, or move, toward whatever word you choose to use. And then we have a loss of wealth or faith with the 5 of Pentacles and success and enjoyment of the 9. So it's like, yep, there may be that feeling of loss of wealth or faith in yourself. And that's where I feel like that loss of wealth is coming from, is that faith in yourself. And you know, what you've been wanting to achieve in this whole plan. But it's like it's in the middle here. But it's just a process that you're going through to understand where you are in life, and, you know, how you can move through it, and where you've come from, you know, to where you are now, or where you can go. Because then we have the, you know, the success and enjoyment with the 9 of Pentacles. So there's the shift in the way how you're thinking about money, your relationship with money. And that's where I feel like this is going with those unfounded fears. It's like, actually, you know, I kind of get that, where my thinking, my feeling, my knowing, you know, what money is to me, and how it got to be that way with your way of thinking, okay? Oh, where did I put those cards? Actually, that was the next one, with that 5 of Pentacles, but I kind of blended them together, which is really interesting. So, anyway, now we've got and then we have the Knight of Swords, okay, and the Hierophant. So, the Knight of Swords, there's a welcome change that might be disruptive, and that's where they're going back to they're just saying it's like there's something that's coming up. So like the first row is a bit like an overview of this week, probably. Depending on, when I say probably, it's because some of you might be going through it right now, and this may be more confirmation of what you're in the middle of, or coming out of, and it's like trying to bring it together, pull it together. Some of you, this is be unwinding or unraveling this week, and some of you, it may be not in, you know, next week, that you might start at more the end of this week going into next week. So it's more of a forecast for you. Which is where I want to go with this, is the reads are in a way timeless as well, because you might be watching this video now, and it might be 6 months from now, or a year later, and it'll make total sense to you, okay? Okay, so then we come with the Knight of Swords, so like they say, talking about this disruptive, and also the other thing they were going with that is like, you may be, even though it's there now, you may hear this again, or be reminded, or this process may be come around again for you, okay, and it'll give you more understanding, okay, wow, and it's like about that cycle. Cool. So the Knight of Swords, yep, so there's the change, but then within that, it's like there's a lot of like there's this, you know, with the Hierophant there, you know, and he's into about, you know, spiritual learning, and, you know, about oneself basically. So, you know, there's in looking for things with, you know, in the sense of, you know, figuring things out, you know, what about spiritually, what is going on, the meaning behind it, this and that, and what have you, what you're moving through. So there seems to be a shift in the way that you're thinking about that, you know, what is, you know, about that connection in a spiritual way. And then it's starting, and as you're uncovering and you're figuring things out, there's a move away from strife with the way that you're thinking and being and doing and things, you know, and making, you know, decisions, and, you know, communicating your ideas, making decisions. That's what the Swords is all about, with these life challenges that come up for us with, you know, and that's what it is. And it's like asserting your power, our power as well, as we're moving through these life changes, figuring out what is asserting our power about, you know, as well. So, and then we have these 4 cards that have fallen out together. The Devil, you know, and that's about, you know, power and energy in prison. So that's like freeing yourself from the restraints of your own stuff that's going on, and that you're allowing to happen to you, and, you know, that you've given permission to happen. I'm using the word permission. So it's like, and stop torturing yourself, basically. It's, you know, there's that side of it. And then there's, you know, the Two of Swords. There's something about being of two minds. So it's like, interesting, the Devil card's there. But there's it's like, as you're moving through this, we've also got the Ace of Pentacles. There's a financial gift or security that you'll start to become to see, you know, what it is about. And plus an outburst of creativity with the Wand. So there's definitely, which is, for me, it's about actioning. So it's like, once you let yourself free of that, it's like, and I feel like you'll start to see that, because it's all in the background. Now these 2 cards here, the aces, were on the top. So for me, they're on top. It's like you move through that stuff, and then you're looking back and you're seeing from whence you've come to where you are. And it's like, whoa. And you're making more sense, that it's like helping you to like move forward and understand things, you know, from a spiritual level as well, as in that sense. And then we have the King of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Emperor are the last 3 cards. So the King of Pentacles shows, you know, and I feel like that is you, even if you're a female energy, and, you know, that's Earth sign, the Pentacles. So, and you are the Earth sign, Taurus. So like, just like this, you know, 5 of Pentacles here. And the 9 of Pentacles, there's you sitting in your I keep saying crown whenever it comes, your throne, in your own power, in your own wealth, and you know, whatever wealth looks for you or feels for you. But there's about financial security and stability, because that's your goal, is to create that and be in that space. But it's like, obviously there's a journey to it, but there's that, you know, they're just showing you that that's there. And actually with the Magician and help along the way, there's new beginnings and opportunities and talents and that are coming out of you. So to utilize that, your gift of seeing it, being it, creating it, doing it. And like I say, they're going back here. Sometimes some people get in our way. Sometimes we've just got to override them, and or go around them, or go around it, whatever it is, you know, whether it be a person, you know, whatever that obstacle is. Sometimes it's ourselves. You know, often it is ourselves. On saying that, it is ourselves, but we've, you know, there's something there that's, you know, we've allowed to be there, and, you know, it's, you know, finding a way to maneuver through it, above it, over it, around it, whatever it is, to achieve it. With love, peace, harmony, and joy, you know, of course, excitement, adventure, always with love. And then we have the authority, ambition, and material stability. So the Emperor is there, and he's, you know, he's that thing. He's the epitome of success, basically, and a cross between the Magician and the King of Pentacles. That's how I see it, and blending them all together, because it's like, you know, the King works hard. You know, he works clever, he works smart. You know, as well as the hard, but he works, you know, with a mission, with a purpose, you know, with a goal as well. And not that no one else does, but he's more in that, you know, in that sense of, you know, of that, and he creates it. So you could see, you know, his achievements, basically. And then the Magician and the Emperor there are there to back him up, or back you up, and back you up. That's in you. Okay, so we have messages from the angels now, and the collective health. So some of you that maybe like, because the health card has come up, so maybe like worth taking a look at that, or maybe that you've been a little bit some of you may be going into an unhealthy way of thinking, being, you know, or eating. And that's maybe that you're needing to bring in a little bit of exercise. So we have the new moon. So the new moon is about, you know, new things coming, new beginnings, you know, moving forward with new projects or beginning new projects, whatever that is for you. So the new moon isn't here until the next one isn't until the 17th of September. However, we are in the first quarter of the moon, you know, heading towards the full moon. So it's still like the new moon. It's like bringing in that energy of the new moon, because you can still get away with, you know, doing beginning things. There's no right time and no wrong time, but there is a time when the new moon, it's like getting, you know, it may be that you have some projects that you are needing to get underway. So it may be like you're just putting things together, doing research in order to like really super launch it when the next new moon comes. So check in with yourself. Check in, you know, with this new moon energy and with your health. So it's come under the health cards is check, so check health. So not wanting to like scare you or anything, but sometimes we can go into that funny little phase of you maybe, I'm feeling like some of you is maybe like thinking about stuff, and you might have gone in your head and overthought about things. So go and have a check. If in doubt, check it out. And that's where I'm going with that. So it's not about freaking yourself out. Freaking you out, but there's something about keeping yourself in check too, because sometimes we can get carried away with shit, and it's like or we can go off a little bit off track. And so there may be people that, you know, or you might be going in like a little bit egotistical way and over embellishing it, the ego, and you know, out of a balance, so it's out of balance or under, you know, egotistical in the sense that we are self-sabotage and, you know, and down talking ourselves, and then we have the other side of it. So it's like finding that balance. So they're talking about that, okay, with checking in with ourselves. So, or, you know, somebody might check you in, you know, check is like keep you in check basically. And then rest and quiet. So there's something about that rest and quiet too. So where I'm going with that is like with this, you know, like meditation, that creativity. So you might be a little bit like, what the hell is Spirit talking about, you know, with this, you know, with the devil card and that sort of the two, being of two minds. Or there may be that you may be in that and you maybe think, oh, okay, you know, about, you know, shifting your energy at that time to moving into it so you can see. So rest and quiet usually does the trick, because if we're too busy like in our head, or we're in our bodies running, and we're not resting, we're not quiet, we in a flurry, we hear, you know, it's like we're not listening to ourselves to stop or slow down. So it's kind of like rest and quiet, and then you'll hear it. Okay, oh, we're moving, shifting into where Archangel Raphael has got, oh shit, okay, well this one is down. Okay, don't let your emotions get in your way. Okay, they're going with that one as well. So sometimes we can let other people's shit get in our way, which is our emotions too, because it's like, you know, it's on saying that. So, okay, so cut through the bullshit, own your own shit as well. So that one, be honest with yourself is a really major one. It's about being honest with ourselves as well. You'll know what that's about. I could go talking on about that for ages, and Spirit would let me go on it because they'll really take me on that tangent, but I haven't got time to do that. Right now, so sometimes we have to let people go, then each can grow. If you connect again, then it will be so. So there's going with that one. And then make it special. So every day, make it special. Every day is a special day, is where I'm getting from that, okay? You are special. We are all special in our own way. And we have special gifts, special abilities, special information, special, you know, energy, whatever it is. It's like finding that and finding that within us. If you've kind of like if you're not recognizing that and recognizing it, it's like, you know, and when I say special, it's not in an egotistical way. It's like treating ourselves with love, peace, harmony, joy. That's what I mean, that we value ourselves in that. And that's what Spirit I mean, is being honest with ourselves, making decisions with being honest with ourselves, doing things with being honest with ourselves and that sort of stuff. So we can help ourselves cut through that bullshit, which is ours, and not take on others and that sort of thing. And figure out what our emotions are in, and then checking in with ourselves, you know. And that's what they kind of meant, where they're going with that. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with that amazing energy with you. And the angels, my guides, help us, my spiritual team, and the Zion energy. And of course, the amazing Taurus energy. We leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity in abundance. Okay? Bye for now. We'll see you next Monday.